How many times have you had a client ask, do I get the copyright to my wedding photos? If you've answered yes, you're doing both yourself and your business a disservice. Copyright is a means of protection for both you and your couple. Not providing copyright isn't just a good idea, it's smart business. Let's start at the beginning. What even is copyright? Copyright is a legal right granted to the creator of an original work, in our case the photographer, that allows us to control how that work is used, reproduced, published, and monetized. In the United States, that right is automatic. The second you press the shutter release, copyright is attached to that image. You don't need to file paperwork, and you don't need to include a copyright symbol or watermark on the image itself. It's yours by default. Take the analogy of writing a book. Just because someone buys a copy of it doesn't mean they own the rights to republish it or turn it into a movie. When someone hires me to photograph their wedding, they're not buying the copyright. They're paying for my experience, my time, my skill and creativity, the equipment I had to invest in order to create those images, and ultimately, a series of image files with a license to use them. Copyright is a federal law and widely misunderstood not only by the people who hire us, but also by a lot of photographers. A lot of people assume that ownership of the photos means they can do things like print them, make their own albums, post them to social media, and share them with family. And you know what? They can. That's because I provide a license for personal use. That means the photos I deliver to my wedding clients can be shared online and printed out as much as they'd like. But that license doesn't include things like selling the images, altering them, or using them for commercial purposes. The license is for personal use only. They can't sell them, give permission to have them used in advertising, or upload them to a stock photo website. All that to say, our couples have practical ownership of our photographs and could use them in all the ways they'd expect, but they don't have legal authorship of them. That stays with the person who created them, which is us. So why not just hand over or otherwise provide the copyright to the photos we give our couples? The short answer is because I want to protect my work, my brand, and sometimes even the client from future legal messes. From a creative standpoint, copyright gives me control over how my work is used, where it's displayed, and how it's represented. If I give up that control, my photos could end up poorly cropped, heavily filtered, or used in a context that completely misrepresents my style, or even worse, my values. As a photographer, you probably don't want to hand your photos off to a couple who then run an HDR or Instagram filter over everything, substantially altering them from how you want those moments to be represented, which is the reason people hire you in the first place. From a business standpoint, I rely on the ability to showcase my own work. How my photographs are presented to the public, whether it's on my website or on social media, they need to have a certain consistency so I can show future clients what I do and how I do it. If I give away the copyright, I might no longer be able to legally share those images myself. You don't want to need permission to use your own photos. If a prospective client asks if I provide the copyright, my first step is understanding why they're asking. In my experience, when people ask, what they really want to know is, can I do what I want with the photographs I receive? The short answer is yes. I want people to be able to make their own prints, post them to social media, and share what they like with their family and friends. They don't need the copyright to do that. Only a license for personal use, which is part of my contract. At the end of the day, that question is an opportunity to educate your couples about what copyright actually is, letting them know that they can do what they want with the photos without that legal designation. It bears mentioning here, I'm not a lawyer. I've consulted with attorneys about this very thing in the past and have read a fair amount about it, so everything in this video is based on my experience and understanding of the law. If you want to do a deeper dive as it relates to your business, you should consult an attorney in the state where your business is set up. On the rare occasion someone genuinely wants the copyright, let's say a higher profile individual who wants complete control over their image, that becomes a custom agreement and no longer part of my standard package. The price point for that comes in at a significantly higher rate. Why? Because I'm not giving up just the photographs, but my rights to those images as the creator, and that's a big deal. Have I lost weddings because the couple doesn't understand the difference between copyright and usage rights? Yes. Even after explaining it, because they read online somewhere that that's something they're supposed to have, that's become their line in the sand. I'm fine with seeing those couples go elsewhere. If they have a fundamental misunderstanding of what goes into our contract and a refusal to listen, they're going to be a headache at some point in the future. So it goes. For a professional photographer, copyright is part of our livelihood. It's how we protect our work, build our portfolio, and protect our reputation. Giving away the copyright means you're not able to use those photos for your own marketing and advertising. If your clients have the copyright, you then need their specific permission in order to use those photos in any way. The images on your website, not yours. The images on social media, not yours. If you want to share photos with a venue or makeup artist or florist, you legally can't. Imagine putting in all that work and having nothing to show for it. So when I explain to couples that no, they don't get the copyright, but they can still do what they want with the photos, they're totally on board. This protects the integrity of your work, the sustainability of your business, and the trust of the clients who hire you. People hire us to tell a story. That story deserves to be told with care and intent, but also with the legal protections that allow you to grow and sustain your business. If you're a photographer and have been in the situation where the client asks for copyright, have you handled it any differently than how I did? I'm curious to hear your stories. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your spending a few minutes with me. If you like this kind of video, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to see more videos like this, check out this other one I made for you. This is Ask a Wedding Photographer. I'm Seth K, and I'm here to help.